our year-round. So that's the breakdown he gave to me yesterday. I don't know how accurate that is or not, but hopefully that answers Wayne's question a little bit more in detail.
That does, because that's kind of a number I heard. I heard the 78 part. So that's what I heard. So there's less voting people than there are. You know, there's only 40 of us out of all of us that can vote.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of getting the word out to the rest of the people in the town.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hopefully those people have spouses and children who are in vote.
I believe the Dam Commission reached out to me about potentially coordinating some in-person outreach. So I responded back, but I haven't heard back yet. So would be definitely something I think we should probably try to do. I don't think we should restrict it to the pond, like pond residents either. I definitely think the citizens of Green all kind of have a similar stake. I think still getting the word out to the pond residents should be good, but maybe if the Dam Commission and our group works together to try to do some in-person outreach, I think that would be beneficial.
Didn't Lou say that they had sent out another mailer to all the residents?
They did. Yep. Yeah, they were planning to. Yeah. So,
yeah,
oh, you got yours?
I got mine in the mail today.
Yeah. That is excellent. All right.
Can I ask how did the other towns get people aware to show up?
So they sent out mailers to each of their communities just the same. They only sent out one round for them, but they did. I'm trying to think of the numbers. So Sabattus had I think more than 100 people at their meeting, or at their town meeting, and their informational meeting maybe had about like 50 to 60, I think. I think Wales, Sharon, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was probably about like 70 for the attendance of the town meeting for you guys.
We had 88 people at town meeting.
88 people, so that's good. Yeah. And I think they did similar stuff. Just in our group, of course, did advertisements or Facebook posts leading up to the informational meetings and the votes. So you know, I don't have the specific metrics of if that influenced things. I like to think that it might have. Yeah, but typically around that. Yeah.
Good.
Yep. I think Green is probably maybe going to be the tougher cookie to crack in this situation, but still optimistic about the dam repair and whether or not it'll be passed. And I believe the informational meeting is on the 23rd, Tuesday the 23rd, and I think the actual town vote is on the August 3rd. So 23rd for the informational meeting and August 3rd for the actual town voting meeting. So, and I have posts scheduled to go out all this week and next leading up to the informational meeting. So they'll just go out automatically, and I'll do the same for when their meeting happens, their town meeting happens.
Are you going to be at that meeting, Nick?
I don't think so. At least not the informational one. Since I had to come back this weekend, I don't think I'll be back again until the 17th, until the annual meeting. So yeah, but we will know, and hopefully we can hear what's going on, and maybe I can try to get one of my brothers to go there and listen in on what's happening at least. So,
is there anybody that's going to be able to do the Zoom call for the informational meeting?
Yeah, I don't know yet, but I can certainly ask. I know Justin did the last two, which was excellent. And I mean, we can. Oh yeah, Justin, go for it.
Yeah, I'm available that day. I can go, and I can do what I did for Sabattus and Green. I can log in and stream that on your account, Nick, if you want to do that through Zoom, like we're doing now, like we did for those past. I can do that. That's fine.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. That works for me. I think you have my information, so you're all set. And thanks a bunch for coordinating and picking up all that paperwork. Have you gone through a lot of it yet, or?
Yeah, I actually was able to scan it all in today. Some of it I had, some of it I didn't. So I was able to scan it all in and save it in my drive that I have on my laptop.
Oh, excellent. Cool. Great. Did you find the founding documents or whatever?
No,
No, okay.
no. The only thing that I was able to find, hold on, I can pull it up right now. Sorry, I'll get back to you when I find it.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. I appreciate you taking the time. Let's see. So I'm going to talk about the annual meeting again, just because I wasn't recording, but our annual meeting will be on August 17th. That's a Saturday, August 17th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So about a 2-hour slot. That's going to be on 44 Sunset Cove in Wales, Maine. That is one of our members' homes, and there should be plenty of parking along the streets, or we have other places too, if necessary. It will be a potluck, so please feel free to bring whatever it is that you like to make. I'm going to make a Facebook post and a Google Sheets thing that I'll have. On that post, I'll ask people to just post what they think they're going to bring, so that way we don't end up with 5 tuna casseroles or something like that. But I think there will be hamburgers and hot dogs served, and it is a kind of a bring your own camp chair situation if you have one. There is going to be some seating available there, but we just want to make sure that everybody does have a place to sit. This is going to be where we're going to be voting for our actual board members for this group, for this organization. So it's definitely important for you to show up, and we're also going to be talking about types of dues that we're going to establish for membership. And we're going to be talking about and introducing the new board members that are voted in for the nominations. So we have until the end of today. If anybody is listening or watching, because I'm going to post this right after this, would like to be nominated for one of these positions, we have the president, vice president, secretary, and treasury, which is one position. And then we have 6 remaining non-officer board positions that are available. So right now, currently, we have nominations for president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer, and 2, I believe, of the remaining 6 board member positions. And we have them staggered, so not everyone is going to be up, or their term isn't going to be up on the same year. So the president is going to serve for 3 years, the vice president for 2, secretary and treasurer for 1. But after that, this initial phase, the election or the years served will be for 3-year terms. But we just wanted to stagger them so not all of our leadership and people within this organization are going to be up at the same time. So I think it's good. What this meeting will also entail is a speech, or not necessarily a speech, but a presentation from, let's see their name. They are from, just going to look at a second laptop here. It's going to be Gregory. It's going to be Gregory from the Togus Lake Association. They were the ones that recently had that success with their alum treatments over the past, or a couple of months ago. I had received a bunch of articles about it, which was awesome. But I ended up by talking to him, learning about what they were doing. And, when our interim board met a week or so ago, we talked about potentially having them come speak, because it's kind of like an interesting view into the future of us and our path. So I did reach out to him, and he is very honored, he said, to come down and speak. So that's exciting stuff. They're going to have a little presentation and talk about it. They actually went through a dam repair and a fish ladder introduction in the beginning, early stages of their lake association too. So it's all very relevant, and they eventually landed on an alum treatment for their lake. It's not to say that's going to be the best option for us. It very well could be, but they went through that same grant process that we're trying to go through, which is the 604B grant and the 319 grant after that, which is one to establish a watershed plan, and then to enact that watershed plan through the 319 grant. So a lot of cool stuff, and hopefully it'll put into a lot of context, but exciting nonetheless.
Hey, Nick, I have
Yeah, go for it.
Why are they removing those 2 dams in Sabattus? What is the benefit? Yeah.
So all across the country, there is this big push to kind of remove the barriers that have been put into these streams and lakes by industry, literally since the 1800s. Some of those dams have been in there since the 1800s, or versions of them have. So environmental groups and the federal government have really been trying to fund to remove those, to try to bring in or try to revive some of the natural populations of fish that used to reside in those streams. So that's why the Atlantic Salmon Federation, I believe, has a part in this dam removal. And it is not the removal of Sleeper Dam. It is actually the removal, and I can share my screen right here, so we all know what I'm talking about.
Will that change the water flow through Sabattus? So?
It will change the flow downstream, but it won't change anything in the pond itself. So Sleeper Dam is right here. The dam that they're removing is the one that's right here.
Yes. Right by
So
the
they're
right across from the market.
Yep, correct. So there is a waterway right here. It's difficult to see, but there's a stream. There's Sabattus River right here. Goes under Green Street and Elm Street Bridge, and kind of loops down around here by the school. This is the primary school, and it loops down by the American Legion that's right here. And then there is another dam that is right here. And this is the second one that they're going to be removing.
Right.
And that's part of the plan to remove those two dams, because a few years ago, they actually removed one that was farther downstream, down towards Lisbon, that follows Sabattus River all the way down towards Lisbon. And,
This one here is just beyond the fire department, right?
Yep. Yeah. So the fire department is right here. And then the dam that they will be removing after they remove the one by Main Street Market right there is going to be this one right here.
Now, will it make it drain or lower down a lot more? Is that what will happen?
So I'm not entirely sure. From what I've heard historically, that it may impact hydrology, like the hydrology of that stuff, but that is actually way beyond my expertise.
Yeah.
I know that they do want to use this or remove those two, so when they install the fish ladders from this dam repair, that fish can then enter through the fish ladder into Sabattus Pond. So that's why they're not going to remove this one, and that's why the dam repair has the installation of the fish ladder in it, because they're removing these two dams, and that was part of the plan for a long time. I remember them talking about that like 7-8 years ago, and they're removing this one as well.
Well, here's just a obvious question to me. Why would they be doing that if they're planning on, if they planned on draining the lake? Why would they put that much money into those two? Why wouldn't they just, I mean, if they're talking about draining the lake, the threat of draining the lake, then salmon and all that, it's moot point, because they won't get up in there.
Yeah.
There won't be anything to go into.
Yeah, very much so. And I mean, that's a good point. Our perspective has been trying to figure out if that was accurate, if that was they were going to drain the lake. I think more or less it was more or less of like a possibility and potential framing of that. But that does beg the question, like, why would they invest in removing all this stuff if if we don't get this repaired, who's going to step in and do it, type of thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Justin, go for it.
There is a third additional dam that is further down in Sabattus on the Crowley Road. It's very similar in one to by Main Street Market. That's called the Gristmill Dam.
Yes.
That's just granite blocks. Yeah. So that is also needs to be removed as part of this overall global project for the dam repair. I don't drive that road. I don't go over there. I don't know if they've started work on that, or if the company that's doing the dam removal by Main Street Market, if they're going to do that first and kind of work their way down. But there is a total of 3 dams that need to be removed in conjunction with the fish ladder to restore the fish habitat in the run all the way from the Androscoggin to Sabattus, to the lake.
Yeah, Justin, they're working across from the Main Street Market right now.
Yeah, I know that. I stopped and took some pictures the other day, but I'm not sure about Crowley Road because I never drive over there. That's not in my daily drive, so I don't know if anybody else has driven over by that way or knows what the status is. I can probably drive the long way home tomorrow and take a look.
Well,
I have not seen anything either.
I'm not even sure what that is.
Yeah, Crawley Road is, yeah, so,
Google it, of course.
yeah. I can tell you the address right now, Wayne, if you want to check it out.
Is it a big dam?
No, it's literally like granite blocks, like Justin was saying.
Yeah.
So if you drive to, actually,
Anyways,
no,
anyways
Yeah.
near Dirty's Hardware? Is that anyways near that?
no, let's see, let me try to find the actual address. I'm gonna stop sharing, so I don't have to share these people's names real quick. Let's see, so Wayne, for where you are, going into this, if you go to 210 Crawley Road, you should be able to get to the dam just fine. You just keep
210.
go- Yeah, 210 Crawley Road, and then that's a person's home. Don't pull into their driveway. But you should pass a little bridge, and underneath that little bridge should be, because if you're coming from Green, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, if you're coming from Green, you'll come from this way, and you'll pass right over it to get to that address. So
Crowley Road. I'll take a ride over it.
awesome.
And
And Wayne has been, yeah,
that's right.
that is Sabattus. Yeah. And Wayne has been doing also too. I want to shout out to Wayne. Wayne's been doing a lot of like walking around, talking to neighbors and stuff too, right, Wayne?
Correct.
Yeah, he's been really out there pushing it, which has been great.
I got a lot of commitments on Nason Rock Road.
That's good. Yeah.
Gone outside. Some good friends of ours, the Cody's up on Sawyer Road, and their son and daughter, and then some friends of mine that live across from Bruley's. They're going to be
Oh,
there.
yeah. Excellent. Yeah, and I just wanted to make another plug. The informational meeting for Green is on July 23rd, I believe at 6:30 p.m. and that's going to be at. Oh, sorry, sneeze there. And that's going to be at the Green Fire Station. So. All right.
Nick, I joined the meeting late. Have you discussed people going door to door yet or outreach for
a little bit.
information meeting?
Yeah, a little bit, but not yet. Gary, how about you tell us what the Dam Commission plans to do? Yeah.
Okay. So we've started already. Spoke with Lou earlier. He's already gone through Hot Dog Road and Nason Rock. So that gives us approximately about 40, let's just call it roughly about 40 houses were hit there.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure of the results. We did Sanborn Road yesterday. We stopped at 15 different properties. We were fortunate enough to get 7 committed yes votes and people that'll be at the meeting.
Nice.
And then we look to probably starting again, probably Thursday night or Friday afternoon. We're going to go to First Street, 3rd Street, Lake Shore, Bernard Cove, White Birch, and then the rest of the people on Sawyer. So by my rough count, we should hit all 111. I have 107 residents or people that live on the lake to make contact with before the informational meeting.
Excellent. Yeah. And how's the response been?
Good. Like, I mean, out of the 5 people that we talked to on Sanborn Road, we got 7 people that said they were going to the meeting and going to vote yes.
Okay. Nice.
So I would say that was very positive.
Yeah.
And most seemed to know something about it. They needed a few details, but most, knew something about what was going on. So yeah, like I said, with Lou already hitting Hot Dog Road and Nason, I mean, we're almost halfway there. We're about 50 houses we've hit so far. So figures should be problem between, like I said, Thursday or Friday afternoon and the weekend to at least hit the rest of those houses. And actually, we had, I think we had 200 of our original mailers left, dropped off at the post office, and she just said she was going to put them in boxes she thought that would matter. So we at least disseminated the rest of those mailers.
Nice, excellent. And Wayne, Wayne has been also going and talking to residents as well. I think you've just kind of been going all over it, Wayne, right? And like talking to people at the hardware store and stuff like that.
Yeah. Hardware store, transfer station, Gowls, anywhere I can open my mouth and somebody will listen to me.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if you're wondering how you can help or how you can be a part of this for anybody watching, afterwards, certainly that is it. Just talking to your neighbors, talking to your friends, getting out there and going to the informational meeting if you're a Green resident, and then getting out there and going to the Green Town meeting too. So, but that's excellent to hear. Thanks so much, Gary. Yeah, it's important work, and I know you and Lou are working hard to try to get that passed. So, appreciate it.
Yep.
Awesome. Let's see. So I think that is. Let me just make sure. Oh yeah.
Nick, I just raised my hand.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go for it.
No, that's okay. So a few of us were at the Sabattus meeting, and it became really obvious how important every single person's vote is. I say this as someone I know I can't vote because I'm not a resident, but it really became apparent we were talking about how crucially important every single person's vote is. So it matters for people to show up and vote.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's like all we can really do, is just kind of like get out there and get the word out.
Well, that's another reason why it's so important to talk to anybody in Green, regardless whether they're on the lake or not.
Exactly.
Because there's more residents in Green that don't live on the lake than ones that do.
Yes.
Yeah, and as we talked about before, all of these things are very interconnected. The social aspect, the economic aspects, even the environmental aspects. It might be difficult to see. Yeah.
The other people in town are the ones that are going to have to make up the tax money if they lose it.
Do we have the talking points or something that you want out there to put on the Citizens of Green Facebook page? Because if we keep pounding that there, people don't get to see it every day, but if we keep putting it up. I don't want to speak and put it there. So if there's something we could be putting it on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just about like cross-posting one of our posts onto that page. So you should be able to, anybody should be able to share our posts on that page. And I think that would work well because it would also funnel people back potentially to our group, and it would also be the exact same message. So right now, I'm pretty sure I do have a Facebook post that I posted yesterday about the meeting, about the informational meeting that should be out there. So it's literally just as simple as going onto that one and just sharing.
Sorry, I didn't want to assume that I could just do any of that without speaking. So, so it's the talking points, right? Not just showing up, but I think people need to, like, there's a lot going on now about the whole, the internet thing. So some people are up in arms, and that's going to be one of the warrants, on it. So I just want to make sure that there's the salient points of why people need to come out. Like, is it about the taxes? Is it about this? Is it about that? So that they have skin in the game to show up.
I mean, it's, oh yeah.
That was,
Wayne?
I called John Susi, the chairman for the town of Green, and had a good conversation with him. And what I said to him was, at the informational meeting, if the people that are presenting to the townspeople have the facts, they've got to come in there prepared with the facts. Like if I'm from Green and I walk in, I say, how much are my taxes going to go up? They should have that answer. what happens if they drain the lake and my taxes go down because I live on the lake? What happens to my taxes? What happens to your taxes? There's a lot of, if it's, how much is it? Like somebody said to me like, oh, it's going to cost me $40 a year increase. That's 11 cents a day, if that's what it is. If it's presented to the townspeople, if they're prepared, I don't know who's going to give that information, but they have to be prepared for those questions. And if they're not, then we probably will have a harder time selling this. But they've got to have whoever's responsible for the information. I think it's a selectman. I mean, they're the ones that are supposed to talk to the people. And that's how many people are on the waterfront property in green. That's important to know. How many people can vote? That's important to know. Why am I, like somebody made a comment, I heard a comment at one of the last meetings, Sheldon, I guess his name was, that he thinks the people on the lake should have more skin in the game. If we want to test the water or if we want to keep repairs on the dam, well, why should I have more skin in the game? Explain that to me. And so anyway, I don't mean to ramble, but it's very, very important to this lake that they're prepared to answer those questions. And because there's going to be negatives, there's definitely going to be negatives, and you got to be able to address the negatives and the positive. Sorry, I just so passionate about this thing passing.
It's a lot of work in there. To answer your question, Wayne, real quick, I think that this meeting is hosted by the Dam Commission. And I think that they'll be the ones that will be up there speaking. But I believe also too that one of their board members is on the Dam Commission. And I mean, if they're, their board members are representatives of their community. So I mean, I would like to think that they would also like to be informed too. But from what I recall from the previous meetings in Wales and in Green, at least, or in Wales and Sabattus, it was only just the Dam Commission that was up there. Is that right, Gary?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Gary, were those questions asked of you at the meeting, your meeting?
Not to that specificity. I mean, we're not put it in perspective. We're not talking about a new fire truck. We're talking about $385,000. Spread over a period of time. I mean, it was more of a larger question. It's been mentioned in these meetings before. There's 111 people on the Lake and Green. They bring in around $150,000 in extra taxes. If the lake was to go away, those taxes would be burdened onto the other residents of Green, and that money would be lost forever. So if you look at it, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, even with bonding out this issue, you're looking at, I think it's $450,000 or something like that. It's a 3-year payback.
Great.
So, and again, we all have to keep in mind, yes, we're asking for this money, but this is appropriations.
Okay. Well, let's hope it does good work. Get it passed.
And Kim, did you have something else to say too?
No, I was just saying exactly that stuff, but if there's those salient bullet points, whether it's after the info meeting or speaking to what the concerns people were, and if we start blasting it on like the Citizens of Green Facebook page, granted there's other towns that still run it, but it would get those people that are not informed to at least do it. And I have no problem. There's others of us that are on that Facebook page too, that if we just keep, every day, every other day, putting it up there, until the 3rd, but it's the same information, the same, but those bullet points, where it hurts, people need to hear that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Gary, does the Dam Commission have any associated bullet points? I know we have some bullet points for framing on this type of stuff, but
yeah.
I mean, we're basically gonna have the same presentation we did in Wales and Sabattus. I mean, there's not, we don't have a lot of new information to provide. Probably the biggest information will be that it did pass in Sabattus, it did pass in Wales. I believe Casey will be there as well, with more information about his work with trying to get bonds and grants and other things of that nature. Like we've been trying to do from the start of this project. Like someone mentioned earlier about the dams downriver being taken out, this talk about 7 or 8 years ago. I mean, we've been working on this dam project for almost 7 or 8 years now. It takes a long time to get something like this thing done. So we're very close. It's not, hopefully, in our calculations, if we can get 20% of the people that live on the lake to go to the town meeting, it should pass.
Now, will you be attending that meeting, sir?
The town meeting?
Yes, sir.
I don't believe so. I can't vote. And I'm not sure that, the voice would make a difference.
Yeah.
He's a resident of Wales, right, Gary?
I knew
Correct.
that. That's he may have some information that may help, and that's why.
But again, that's why we're having this informational meeting on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Hopefully all of you that can come to that meeting can take away from that meeting as residents of Green back to your neighbors and the people of Green and make the final push to get this to pass.
Okay.
And hey, Mike, I got a quick question for you. You
Sure.
have requested to participate in the group, is that correct? On
I'm
the
sorry?
Facebook page? I said
What's that?
you've requested to participate in the group on Facebook, right?
Yes, what I requested, I think, was I got hacked, so I had to open up a new Facebook page.
Okay, that's why I want to make sure, because I'm very cautious about it. I only saw you had 16 friends, so I just wanted to make sure that
Yeah,
was actually
Brand
you.
new
Okay.
account.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just approved you, but I just wanted to make sure when I
All
had
right,
you here.
thank you.
Yeah. All right. Awesome.
I'll be your
Sorry?
and I'll be your friend, Mike.
You will? Tom
Yeah,
won't.
Tom.
Yeah, we are up to 184 members so far, so
Oh.
not bad.
Nick,
Oh,
I sent you a
we just passed, today was the year anniversary that we created the page also, so.
Wow.
Nick, I sent you an email with a picture of a dead fish I found floating over here.
Oh, okay, yeah, let me check it out. Let's see here. So, yeah.
I got one too, Tom.
Yeah, honestly, send it all my way. I have folders for wildlife that Anthony has been posting. I have folders for erosion activity. I have folders for algae blooms. I have folders for all of this stuff separated by year. So as soon as we get I think last year we had over 96 data points of actual photographs from locations around, and I notated the times, the dates, all that information. So it's just about then just mapping it on an actual map, which is nice.
One other thing too, Nick, the clear cutting they were doing on Wales Road is actually starting to fill in a lot more than I thought it would.
Oh,
By
that's good. So
pulling the pine trees out, the hardwood is actually starting to fill in.
yeah,
It doesn't look anywhere near as bare as it was.
well, that's certainly good. Georgia, question?
It just literally escaped my mind. I'll raise my hand again when it's back.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, I just remembered. I know that some people are worried about kind of public discussions of algae blooms and, fish that might be floating that are dead, but I think that this is all going to be really helpful when we do go to apply for a grant to show impact. So we can't tiptoe around it. We can't be afraid of it. That's what I wanted to say.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the reality that we all that you all live in. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. And the more pictures we capture of it and the more locations, the more information that we'll have. And I think it will be better off for it in the long run. So just a final plug. If you all see anything around the lake, algae blooms, wildlife, anything that seems strange, take a picture, send it my way. It'll only help. If you can just put the date and the time that you took the photo and the location, that's all I need. So,
Nick, does any of this make it to Governor Mills?
I mean, not unless I sent her an email package with all of this stuff in there. But
Yeah.
I think her email is public information, so I possibly could. I'm not sure if it would do anything, but
And that, gonna do something like that, but I said, she
you know,
probably
yeah,
never read.
there is a state representative for Green in Wales that is actually sitting on the dam commission right now named Steve Wood, and I highly suggest anybody give him a call and ask him to support some dam funding or some funding from the states at the state level. I believe he's on the Fish and Game Commission too, or the Fish and Game Committee in the Maine House of Representatives. So highly recommend contacting him also.
You don't have, I can Google his phone number, right? See what's.
Oh, I can give it to you right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, just correct, Steve is from Green, not Wales.
Yep. Oh, yeah, yeah, but he's the representative for Sabattus and Green, right?
Oh, yeah, yes, but he's from Green.
Here we go. His phone number is 207-740-3723. And I'll give you his main address or main email address too, or his .gov address. And he's been both on the Dam Commission and on the, or in the House of Representatives for a very long time. So he should be very well versed on this situation.
3723-740-3723.
Yep.
Yep.
740-3723.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? I'll do this real quick. So it's saved in our screen. There we go. All right. Anything else to talk about? I think that's all I had. I'm going to be coming out with a lot more stuff. Like I said, I'm still I'm going to be flying out tomorrow at like 6 a.m. from Portland to go back down to Philly. But I will be back up on the 17th, a little bit before that. But I'll be back up that day, or I'll be back up the day before. And so we will have our annual meeting. Also, we are trying to schedule a little cleanup maybe at Martin's Point before our annual meeting. It would be in the morning, probably just about an hour, but you know, we'll bring some, I'll bring some trash bags and stuff. But I thought maybe, you know, something between 8 to 9 or 9 or 8 to 9 or 9 to 10 might be helpful, just to do some cleanup around Sabattus Pond. So I'll have some more information about that coming up soon. So yeah, you know, that day would kind of look like waking up, going out to Martin's Point, trying to pick up some trash, and then heading on over for a nice barbecue in our annual meeting. So, of course, anyone is welcome in the annual meeting. You can not have attended any of our meetings right now, but just watch it frequently, and you're more than welcome to show up and come. As of right now, we don't really have any established membership dues. So until we do, which we do plan to vote on in that meeting, after the new board is selected, we will plan to establish something of that sort, and then that's how membership will be based. But as of right now, anybody who wants to be a member can be a member. So that's what we're going to do. So any other questions, comments, concerns about what's going on? We're just about 8 minutes away. But
good.
Awesome. Great work, everyone. Keep on keeping on, as they say, and I'll see you all next week for our next meeting. Should probably be, sorry, I'm looking at my calendar. So we have the 24th, we have the 31st. Let me see I gotta look at my work calendar real quick. I cannot do the 24th, but we will know how the informational meeting will go. And Justin, I'll connect with you. Actually, you have all that information from my Zoom, correct?
Out of a sense of national security, I deleted it after the meeting, so I will need it again.
Oh, I'll send it to you right now. Yeah, it's no big deal.
Okay.
So yes, so our next meeting will be on the 31st. So that's what we're gonna shoot for. And then that will be right before the Green Town meetings too. So we'll go into that strong, and we'll have some information about the
Good.
informational meeting. But sounds great, everyone. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate everyone watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. All my contact info is on our Facebook page, and I believe in my email signature. So everyone have a great night, and see you next time.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
Bye,
I hope-
everyone.
Hope your father feels better, Nick,
Oh, grandfather, yes, thank you, yeah.
grandfather.
Yeah.
Okay,